Well. We are going to talk some more Cowboys today. Now that we've had a chance to sleep on this, let's kind of go back and see what is this really about. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy fans.
Yo, G, bless him, bless him, bless him, bless him, bless him. Yo, G,
Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this live stream, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time we post another video or go live. And we are live. And today, we are going to be doing a recap of last night's game, and we're going to be giving some different, talking about some grades for the team, for the players, and all kinds of things. So again, as you can see, I have the show up today, what we're going to be talking about on today's topics. Today, again, I want to go through the game recap. And when I'm talking about the game recap, I kind of want to go through some of the stories. I want to go through some of the drives and different things like that to kind of see. And I already know where the game took a turn. But again, I still want to go through the scoring drives and just want to go through some plays. Then I want to talk about the player grades for the day. Player grades from last night's game. And we're not going to grade every player, but I think we're going to grade some of the major players. Also, we want to talk about the phase grades, all three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. And then we want to give the game an overall grade. And then not only do we want to give the game an overall grade, I think there are some opportunities still for this team. And we're going to talk about some of those opportunities as it applies to positions. There are a couple of things I want to listen to on 105.3 The Fan. 105.3 The Fan. And as a matter of fact, inside of the game recap, I think we're going to listen to a couple of more players, talk about the game within the game recap, or maybe we'll do it in the player grades. Let's do it in the player grades. We'll watch a couple of videos from DallasCowboys.com on the player grades. We're going to listen to the initial response by 105.3 The Fan, and then we may look around the NFL and see what other people are saying as it pertains to the Dallas Cowboys. So that's going to be it for today. Game recap, player grades, phase grades, game grade, opportunities, 105.3 news, and around the NFL. Yep, let's get it. Let's go. Y'all hit that like button as you come in. All right, let me do some housekeeping real quick. I always got to send this to a couple of people in my family. Sometimes I forget. Let's get this thing rocking. All right. Let's get a quick roll call going. Then we're going to get this thing going. You are now rocking with the absolute best chat on YouTube. Let's go. The best chat on YouTube. Let's go. Lord Nova 85, Daniel M. He's back to Daniel M. My right hand man. What is going on, Daniel M? John Henry up in this thing. John Jones said, what up, G Money? I said it's a New Jack City. Let's go. Big Moss Dog up in this thing. Ron Hanna, he's now a regulator. What's going on, Ron Hanna? Sir Nose up in this thing. What's going on, Sir Nose? Cowboys Nation 600. Lost in translation. Salute. He said, everybody hit that like button. Let's go. All right, let's go. Robert Dudley up in here. CD. Robert Dudley said CD Lamb had stone hands last night. Derek G, what up? He said in that second half, them stone hands got him, boy. Stone hands. Boy. AJ Davis, what's going on? He said, I went crazy seeing Hurts walk in the end zone. Man, Hurts is you gotta stop him from being a running back. That's the hard part. Dak owns. Filthy. What's going on? He said, send Jalen Carter to prison. G. Bobby TX from the 903. What is going on with you? Carlito Cash up in this thing. What's going on with you? Roger, what is up over there in Florida, man? Supreme King, what's going on? R-Dub up in this thing. Boy, I'm feeling good about our team. Me too. Robert Simmons, he said, well. Dak show why he a top 10 quarterback. I'm telling you, I think he top 5. But yes, sir, that man balled out last night. My sister Brandy Mahoney up in here. What's going on, Brandy Mahoney? Good to see you. Greg Holland, what's going on with you? Good to see you. Lonnie Cabal up in here. What's going on? Levon Colin, what's going on? Iceberg Slim, what's going on with you? Good to see you up in here. Brandon CD Lamb got paid by Jeffrey Lord. Boy, y'all killing me. Let me read this real quick, then we gonna get done. Dagger said, I was very impressed, G, how the Cowboys were not phased when they went up against the Eagles. But we can't have any more moral victories. We're gonna talk about that in just a moment. David Duval, what's going on with you? Happy Friday, he says. All right, let's get this thing going, Cowboys Nation. Appreciate y'all. All right, so I kind of asked the question. I said, did the Cowboys win even though they lost? Now, we don't want the team thinking like this. We don't want the team with the moral victories. Daniel Lim is actually right on that about the moral victories. We don't want any moral victories as it applies to the team. Azteca in the crib, he said Butterfingers Lamb. He said Butterfingers Lamb. Boy, y'all killing me. And then he said, then Azteca said Sweaty Head Sanders. We're going to talk about that tonight. Jagger Liam said my voice is deeper after last night. Rodney K, welcome to the congregation. Now, the Cowboys, it is a moral victory to me for the fan base. It's a moral victory for the fan base because the Cowboys actually looked like a championship level team. And I'd already been saying this. People were laughing when I told them, man, we got a championship level offense. We actually do. We just got to, now we got to figure out, like, how do we put this all together? And I think it's going to take us another couple of games to really start putting together. Y'all got to realize our starters didn't play preseason. So now we're scrambling to try to get up to speed to kind of look at our team, make adjustments where we need to make them, and get this team ready for playoff contention. So we're still trying to figure it out. But what we saw overall last night is extremely promising. I'm so ready for the rest of the NFC to play this week so we can kind of, get a little gauge of kind of where we are. But we went toe-to-toe. We went toe-to-toe with the Eagles. Score for score. And had it not been for some drop passes, we beat them boys. We're going to go back today. We're going to go back here in a moment. We're going to do a game recap. We're going to run through this thing, man. Because I am telling you, we beat ourselves last night. And I know that sometimes sounds like a cop-out. But if there is ever a game that I will tell you that we literally beat ourselves, it was last night. We beat ourselves. There is no doubt about it. We beat ourselves. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. We're gonna go through there, but this is why I say I believe the Cowboys won even though they lost the game. There are some things that we did in that game, and I want to talk about it when we get to the game grade. There are some things that we did in that game that we ought to be like really, really feeling good about. And we'll face some cruel realities on it too. You know, we don't want to just pat ourselves on the back totally. But in the grand scheme of things, we saw so many good things about our team. We cannot help but to be excited going forward and be excited for what we have put together. So I want to go to, let's see if we can do this game recap. Because I'm realizing as we, think about this game, there are a couple of places where this game actually kind of fell apart for us. There are a couple of places in this game that really fell apart for us. Let's see here. Let me pull it up here. I want to get the game recap. I got it pulled up. Let me get it figured out. Let me get it set up right. So when you look at the play-by-play on this, let me see. I really want to run through the play-by-play because something happened to us. I want to look at the Cowboys play-by-play. We kind of fell off the rails. We kind of went off the rails on a couple of plays. There are a couple of plays where we actually went off the rails. And the first place that we really went off the rails. So when we came out, our opening drive, very, very impressive. Very impressive opening drive. First down and 10, Dallas 47. We got a 7-yard off left tackle. Left tackle, 7 yards, was really good by Javonte Williams. We got 4 yards on second down to Turpin in the shotgun. Had another 1st and 10, picked up another 6 yards. I mean, the Cowboys, one of the things they did extremely well, at least in the first half, is the Cowboys stayed out of 3rd and longs. They stayed out of a lot of 3rd and longs. And man, we really got to give the Cowboys a lot of credit for penalties. This is one of the things with under Mike McCarthy. We were one of the most penalized teams in the league. We opened up this game with 4 penalties. I'm still questioning the penalty on Maurice Leofau. Really got some issues with that one. It seemed like the reason why he got the penalty is that he got caught, but he wasn't the one that did it first. But the opening drive was 4 penalties. And again, the opening drive, it was just methodical, man. 6 yards again on first down, got us in a 2nd and 4, 3 yards to Javonte Williams. Then we got Dak Prescott, deep pass right to CeeDee Lamb, 32 yards. Then we got Javonte Williams, 1-yard touchdown. So the Cowboys opening drive. Man, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. And I got to give them credit. Offensive line play was incredible. Yeah, Dolores Betty Boop, I thought it was strange. I saw this headline last night and I didn't know what to make of it. It tells me if she was at the game, I just don't think that they were wanting to leave Dallas. I don't think the family want. Maybe she's a Dallas Cowboy fan. I don't know. But again, I mean, you got me on that one, Boop. I don't know. But again, the Cowboys' opening drive was really, really good. Cowboys came out on their second drive. Very, very good again. Cowboys, 3 yards to Javonte Williams. The Cowboys, I told you before, I kind of figured it was going to be like a 65-35, 60-40 type of thing. You can forget about it. Brian Schottenheimer is not going to run the ball the way we want him to. I think we're still trying to figure out our running back room. I know some of us are thinking that maybe we need to go and get another running back. I don't think we want to do that just yet. I think we need to first give, I want to see, before we just run out and get a running back, I would like to see what we are with Javonte Williams. I would like to see what we are with Javonte Williams. I mean, not Javonte Williams. I would like to see what we are with Phil Maffa and Jaden Blue. I think Jaden Blue last night would have been explosive in that game. But the second drive, we kind of drove it down again, pretty methodical. A good mix of run and pass. Williams 3 yards. Then we got an 18-yarder to CeeDee Lamb. We got another 5 yards to the Dallas 38. Then we got Javonte Williams 3 yards. Then we got shotgun to CeeDee Lamb to Philadelphia's 33. Looks like for 26 yards. I think that's what that says. Then we got a short pass to Miles Sanders, 4 yards. Got a negative play. Then we got a penalty. Incomplete pass to Jalen Tolbert. Lisa Worley, if you are on here, we have got to talk about Jalen Tolbert, and we will talk about Jalen Tolbert a little bit later. Javonte Williams up the middle to Philadelphia, 1 for 11 yards into the first quarter. I mean, the Cowboys just did a fantastic job. Second touchdown the beginning of the second quarter, touchdown by Javonte Williams. The Cowboys are doing extremely well offensively. The problem is we haven't gotten our feet under us at this time by the defense. And so we score, Philly scored. But I want us to understand all of this as we're talking about this game, and I mentioned it last night. Philadelphia is good, man. Philadelphia is a good team. I mean, I know we don't like them. We don't like the Beagles, the Sheagles, the E-Girls, and everything else we call them. Them doggone Philadelphia Eagles are good. They're well coached. Jalen Hurts, I've already said this before. I don't classify him as quote-unquote one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but he's dangerous. And when I say best quarterbacks, I'm saying I don't classify him as top 10. I mean, top 5. I don't classify him as top 5. I think Dak Prescott's top 5. Jalen is in the top 10. Jalen is dangerous running the ball, man. We're just going to have to face the facts. Jalen Hurts don't have to throw a lot of yards. He just doesn't have to throw a lot of yards, man. He's dangerous running the ball. And he killed us on these first downs, and we just didn't have an answer for him in the first half, and it was absolutely just, ugh. It was just mind-numbing to just watch him get first down after first down. But the Cowboys, I think this was really the start of, I think this is really the start of, I think this is the start of this game getting to a turning point. The Cowboys score their second touchdown. And what wound up happening? It was the possible third touchdown that we may not be talking about, but I think this was a huge turning point in the game too. Let me see here. Let me make sure if this is the one. There were a couple of these turning points in the game. So we get the ball on our next drive. So we get Jake Ferguson for 3 yards. Turpin didn't really do a whole lot. Kevontae Turpin pushed out of bounds at the 50, 16. He got a 16-yarder there. Miles Sanders, no gain. Looks like we got a 15-yard penalty on Philly. Prescott left 3 yards. Turpin, another 5 yards. Williams, 4 yards. This was right here a turning point in the game. The deep pass left to George Pickens. Dak Prescott on that overthrow. When we got that field goal, I said, uh-oh. Because the way we were going, we had to score a touchdown right there. I think getting a field goal right there hurt us. On the first pass, Dak Prescott threw to George Pickens. Dak don't quite got his practice is one thing, but Dak and CeeDee Lamb don't quite have the connection yet. We saw the first deep pass that Dak Prescott threw to George Pickens. It was short. It garnered a pass interference. The second pass that we're looking at right here, when he throws it deep left, and maybe that might have been the second one, because this one here, he throws deep left. This one is overthrown. But if Dak Prescott makes that ball shorter, I think George Pickens gets that one. And at the very least, it's a pass interference. It's a pass interference. But because Dak overshot George Pickens in the end zone, because he overshot him, that turned out to be a turning point to me because that was the first field goal. That was a turning point. This was one of those games that the Cowboys actually couldn't afford to kick field goals. They couldn't afford to kick field goals because our defense had not yet gotten its legs up under it. So when we got this game to 17-14, I thought that was a problem. That was the first turning point. That was the first. In a game like this, I'm telling you, it's a game of yards and inches. Every play counts and every play counted. And that miss to George Pickens, that was a big miss in the second quarter. That was a big miss. So then the Cowboys, the Eagles score. They make it 21-17. The Cowboys have another opportunity as they are driving down. I'm thinking this is right before the half. And this was another crucial turning point. Let me read let me read these super chats. Star Guardian X. What's going on? Appreciate that super chat. Yeah, Star Guardian. This is what I'm going to come back to your comment when we get to our team grade or game grade, because I want to get back to what you're talking about right here. This is very powerful what you said. We are putting a football team on the field. I mean, I saw fight, scheme adjustments, etc. Been a long time, G. Now, I'm gonna show you something else. But I also saw something else after the game. I saw humility, I saw oneness, and I didn't see anybody pointing fingers. We're going to talk about this when we get to our game grade. This team is on the same page. And I'm telling y'all, I said this, and I've been saying this. The thing that bothered me in the Jason Garrett era, in the Mike McCarthy era, the thing that bothered me is that this team always seemed like three different teams. Offense, defense, special teams. And I'm going to tell y'all, I think one of the biggest things that divided the offense from the defense is that there was somebody trying to be the leader of the team from the defensive perspective, when I don't think that was quite them. I think we're going to be even better when the Marion Overshown get back. But the thing that we saw last night that I absolutely loved is that we saw Dak Prescott leading the charge. And I saw this morning where Ocho Cinco said something I thought was very stupid. He said that after Jalen Carter spit on Dak Prescott, he said he didn't understand why the linemen didn't start fighting. Let me tell you something. That would have been the dumbest thing the Cowboys could have done. That would have been the dumbest thing they could have done. Dak Prescott fighting Jalen Carter even would have been the dumbest thing he could have done. Man, Dak Prescott is in a different mindset right now. Dak is in a different mindset. Dak last night, you could tell. Dak was man, let me tell you something. Y'all remember the hip twist thing that Dak used to do? I'm gonna get the video. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it as we get close to the New York Giant game. Dak Prescott was in the locker room doing something this week, and this past week, and I was looking at what Dak was doing, and I was like, I don't even know what this is. All I can tell you is that Dak even coming into the locker room, the way he was dressed, and don't get me wrong, he was sharp, but he wasn't Dak just looked like he's in a whole different place right now. Whole different place, man. The handlebar mustache with the 5 o'clock shadow, the weight loss, the way the physique looks. And Dak is not, he wasn't suited and booted. He was still sharp, but he wasn't suited and booted. Dak's mind is in a whole different place right now. And just to watch Dak playing mind games with Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's talking noise to the Cowboys, I think he's talking noise to Booker. And Dak is the one that stepped up. Now, people are crazy. You really think Booker a rookie, man? Booker wants to end people's career on the field. But I just think the Cowboys were so focused last night that didn't even hit their mind. And I don't even think a lot of people even noticed what he did. I mean, it just happened so matter-of-factly. I just really think people kind of like, one, I don't think a whole lot of people saw it because I'm not believing them talking about that the Cowboy linemen and the players. If the Cowboys would have saw that, they would have got busy. Even the guy who was standing there, the ball or the water guy, I think he was just kind of like, what? I mean, that's just not something when you, I'm just saying, Dak Prescott's in a whole different spot. He's in a whole different place in his mind. Dak is not about to be fighting Jalen Carter, which probably wouldn't be much of a fight to begin with. Dak doesn't want his teammates getting thrown out of the game. I'm telling us Dak's in a different place. Dak's in a different place, and this team is in a different place. And I like what I saw last night. USMC 0331 said, I'm confident with Javonte Williams on the other. On the other hand, Sanders looked like an 80-year-old with a hip replacement. After he fumbled, he got to go. Yeah. Appreciate that super chat, USMC. Yeah, it looked bad. Yep, it looked bad. And again, I think the Cowboys are trying to figure out their running back room. Miles Sanders, I believe, will not be active this coming week. It will be Sanders this coming week. Let's see, Sanders. He'll probably still be active. Well, I think Lipke is taking up one of these spots. Not quite understanding that. But I do think that Jaden Blue will be active this week. And as soon as Phil Maffa is ready to come off IR, he'll be back next week. But he'll be back, not next week, but he'll be back in the coming weeks. But I want to make sure. Let me make a note for myself here. Because when we get to these doggone player grades, there is somebody we got to talk about. And we'll talk about Miles Sanders, as a matter of fact. We'll make him one of the players we talk about. But again, this play from Dak Prescott to George Pickens, I thought this was kind of where the game was already starting to teeter for the Cowboys because the way it was going, our defense could not stop Philly early on, and so it was going to be touchdown for touchdown, and so we wound up with a field goal. But what happened to us also is that we got an advantage of we got the ball before the half ended. We got the ball before the half ended. We had plenty of time on the clock. So we get the ball. It's a timeout at the 51-second mark. And we started deep in our own territory. And this was actually a great, when I tell you this was a great drive by Dak Prescott, that one before the half was a top 5 quarterback level drive. It was incredible. Let's kind of run through that one. Dak Prescott, incomplete pass to CD Lamb. Penalty on Bennett. I'm telling us their defensive backs could do nothing with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, short right to Jake Ferguson for 5 yards. Penalty on Philly again. Dak Prescott, short right to Ferguson, 5 yards. Then Dak Prescott, short to Tolbert, no gain. Then we got a Dak Prescott, short right to George Pickens, 9 yards. And I'm telling you now, the Cowboys are going to have to make sure that when they get in these game situations like this again, they have to get the ball to George Pickens. I am telling you, George Pickens has unusually strong hands to me. Unusually strong hands. This dude's hands are crazy. Ooh, Arthur, you know what? We got to put that in there too, even though we're not going to cover it. I do think I thought we got Tolbert down on that, but that Diggs should have lit Tolbert up. But that's just not who Diggs is. He just, that's just not who he is. But this drive right here, let me tell you, this drive right here, if I'm not mistaken, was one of those ones too. Let me see. Dak Prescott to Pickens. Dak Prescott to Lamb for 10 yards. Clock the ball. Timeout number 2. Okay, Brandon Aubrey hit a field goal. End of the quarter. Okay, so that got us to 20-21. I was already worried because we had one more drive, obviously, than Philly, which we could have made this game. Actually, this game, we could have made it 28-21. Rather than 21-20, it should have been 28-21 at the half. Should have been 28-21. But we came back out. And so it's actually in the third quarter where I thought things were also starting to unravel. And let me see the play. There's a certain play that I'm looking for, and I want to remember what happened. Okay, I'm thinking it's this one right here. So we get the ball in the second half. Okay, yeah, we get the ball in the second half. It looks like we come out 6:27 mark. We got the bad play. We got the play to Spanford. But then let's go down to the Dallas 40. Miles Sanders left in to Philly 11 for 49 yards. Turning point. This is the turning point right here. Let's not forget that George Pickens also got a penalty in this because Sanders went left guard to the Philadelphia for 3 yards. George Pickens unnecessarily roughness, 15 yards. Then this right here, this actually is, if I'm not mistaken, the turning point. I thought was a big play. It was a turning point. When Dak Prescott threw that ball to Jake Ferguson in the middle, and that was an incomplete pass. Ferg, that might have been the one off the back of the helmet. I'm thinking that might have been the one off the back of the helmet. But the big one, right here. When Miles Sanders fumbled this ball, this game turned on that because immediately weather delay. Dak Prescott made a great play, tackled the guy who Quinyon Mitchell, who picked it up, tried to run it. Dak tackled him. It was a great play. But that right there was huge. That was huge. And as a matter of fact, this is the play. Hold on. This is the play I'm thinking it is right here. Dak Prescott throws a deep pass to Ferguson, and Ferguson doesn't catch that. He doesn't catch that. Yeah. This is the one. Unnecessary roughness. There is no reason why Jake Ferguson shouldn't have caught that. If Jake Ferguson makes that throw, and I mean Dak Prescott dropped that ball on a dime to Jake Ferguson. That was a turning point. If Jake Ferguson catches that ball, we don't even get the fumble. We don't even get the fumble. We don't get the fumble. This is one of these places where we absolutely beat ourselves. When I tell you Dak put that on a dime, Jake Ferguson peeked just for a moment at the safety. Now, here's the part that don't make sense. He got hit anyway. It does you no good to look. It does you no good not to catch it. You're going to get hit anyway. And one of the things is a wide receiver. or even a tight end, someone who catches the ball. It all depends on how you catch passes. But if you are a hands catcher, looking at that even in real time, when you see someone coming like that, one of the things you do if you're one of them type of wide receivers, your mind thinks like this. How fast can I snatch this ball out of the air, tuck it, and wrap myself up so that I can take the impact of this hit? Because the problem is he's already going for the catch, and then he's looking over. Bro, you're still getting the hit. You're getting the hit regardless. So in your mind, you got to process, how am I going to catch this ball? Can I grab it, tuck it, and just tighten myself up and embrace for the hit? Because I promise you, if he grab it, tuck it, and tighten up, the hit won't be nowhere near. I promise you it wouldn't have really been severe. Because these guys today, I'm just telling you, a lot of NFL players today, we think some of these hits are big. Man, these dudes can't hit. They really can't hit, man. They'll just, their goal is they just trying to knock you out. They trying to hit you with a shoulder or trying to hit you with a forearm, but they're not really hitting. I'm talking about when you lay plastic, bam, and wrap somebody up and drive them in the ground. That's tackling. Man, these dudes today, they out here trying to knock people down, knock people out. Ferguson should have caught that pass. That was a turning point. The fumble is the turning point. But that miss by Ferguson, even though we got 15 yards, it didn't help us. It didn't help us because it wasn't pass interference. Pass interference puts that ball on the 1. Unnecessary roughness, that only gets you 15 yards. Ferg got a catch right there. Yeah, Daniel Lynn, this is where I am. That penalty, though, when Ferg took that massive hit in the end zone, it was, keep in mind, it's only 15 yards. It didn't get us as close as we would have wanted. It really didn't get us close. If that gets us on the 1, this is a different discussion. But it doesn't get us on the 1. It doesn't get us on the 1. That play only gets us, it was unnecessary roughness, 12 yards, enforced at the Phillies 23. It only got us to the Phillies 10. I don't understand all that stuff, but it only got us to the 10. If it's pass interference, we're at the 1. Unnecessary roughness, it still puts us outside of the end zone where we now still got to run plays to where we can't just say, hey, Javonte Williams, come back in. We're at the 1 yard line. No, we're at the 10. That play was a turning point. That's the one I was looking for. Ferg has got to make that catch. Ferg has got to make that catch. Y'all tell me what you think. But when we missed that one, because that was our opportunity. That one was our opportunity. We were going to go up 27-24. That was our opportunity. And I am telling you, we left those opportunities out there on the field. Philly D, he said, I'm not trolling, just talking about the game and your mind's time me out. All right, Philly D, we got you. Long as you can keep, let's talk about the game. You cool. Hey, Philly D, he good as long as he talking about the game, y'all. Let's go. This is the second time this has happened. Yeah, as long as we keep it respectful, no insults, nothing like that. But again, I'm telling us, that was a turning point. In a game like this, that's a turning point. When you got a team like Philly, and I'm telling us, Philly is a good team. Even with some of the players they've lost, Philly's a good team. And that really lets us know how good we are. That lets us know how good we are. That we were able to go toe-to-toe with Philly. This play to Ferguson was a big deal. Because if this play to Ferguson doesn't happen, we don't get the Miles Sanders fumble. We don't get it. Ferg got to catch that one. Ferg got to catch that one. And when we think about this, man, Dak Prescott, if there is an epitome of a game, and I've been saying this before, when we went over Dak Prescott's playoff games, man, if you really pay attention, some of the players around Dak Prescott, people do not acknowledge some of these people's failures. Even when Dak Prescott is playing flawless, it ain't enough. I'm confident that this team is going to play better. I'm confident. I'm confident some of the things we saw last night, we won't see as we go forward. But Dak Prescott, who has missed more than any of them, Dak Prescott was literally in mid to late season form in the first game. You would have thought this was a mid-season game. Dak Prescott played out of his mind. Dak played out of his mind. And I'm telling you, man, Dak was playing very aggressive. Dak Prescott was putting passes in places that you're just saying, no, yes. I mean, this is just where Dak's ball placement was. Dak's ball placement was crazy on these passes, man. But this one right here hurt bad. It hurt bad. That's the one next play. You get the fumble from Miles Sanders. We need to check his bank account. Somebody said we need to check his bank account. Then we get the timeout. People say stuff like this doesn't hurt teams. I disagree. It all depends on how your team is playing. And if your team is playing with a lot of momentum and something like this happens, it is a big deal. Because momentum, we have to understand, momentum is not necessarily one of those things. How do you get momentum back? You got momentum and then there's a weather delay. Well, how do you get it back? Y'all remember the San Francisco-Baltimore Ravens game? I can't remember exactly what happened. There was something that happened to where there was a delay. There was a delay. And when they came back from that delay, San Francisco 49ers were putting literal hands on the Baltimore Ravens. Came back from that delay, guess what happened? It is hard to get back momentum. It is hard to get into certain mindsets of the game because no matter what you do, it just takes your mind out of the game, and now you got to rev back up. I think the Cowboys defense were playing pretty good at this point in time, and they still kind of played good enough, but they let a field goal squeak by and made the game 24-20. There was only 3 points scored in the second half, and that was by Philly. The Dallas Cowboys made great adjustments at halftime. The Philadelphia Eagles made great adjustments at halftime. And so, in the grand scheme of things, that's the ball game. Cowboys didn't score again. That's the ball game. The ball game, 23-20. And Dak Prescott, it is not because Dak Prescott was not making some incredible throws. But the problem is, the throws that Dak Prescott was making, they were dropping them. CeeDee Lamb dropped two big ones. And I really think the one that he dove, that's not the one that concerned me. The one that concerned me was the one that Dak Prescott dropped. Man, Dak Prescott dropped a pass in the eye of a needle. Hit CeeDee Lamb down the right side. CeeDee Lamb dropped. I mean, man, you want to talk about shooting your own self in the foot. Shooting your own self in the foot. USMC said, how you feeling about that trade now after seeing Kenny Clark beating the double team and the running back, and we're not going backwards on the line now? USMC, you already know why I am. I love it. I said it before the game. I said it 2 or 3 days before the game. I'd been saying it. I said in this game, people will see the worth of Kenny Clark. They got 2.8 yards per carry last night. We held Saquon Barkley under 70 yards. Problem is we couldn't stop doggone Jalen Hurts. But our defense on the run in the run game, man, it looked absolutely great. It looked great, Sarge. I was very happy with the way the Cowboys. I was very happy with the way the Cowboys looked. I really was. I was really, really happy overall. And so I want to look at, let's see here. I want to look at the player grades. And I want to just look at a few players. As a matter of fact, we're going to look at a couple of interviews. Somebody mentioned that I see the Sam Williams. That's one of the ones I want to play today. Shadid said, did you see the Sam Williams interview? We're going to go back and look at that. I want to get into some player grades real quick on the offense and the defense. Because I'm telling you, man, Dak Prescott, last night, Dak Prescott, I don't even have to worry about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott scored an A in my book last night. Dak Prescott absolutely scored an 8, 21 of 34. But when you look at the amount of drop passes, this is why I tell you, man, context is king. This stat line does not tell the story. Dak Prescott was great last night. But I guess, Pro Football Focus does it. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get us a Pro Football Focus membership here in the next couple of days so we can do some deeper diving on some of this stuff. But Dak Prescott looked really good last night. I mean, I can't tell you how many pundits, Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, all these guys are coming out now talking about, they're all talking about, Emmanuel Alcho said Dak Prescott played perfect. All of these people are coming out talking about how great Dak Prescott looked. Man, I'm telling y'all, something's going on with Dak Prescott. Something is going on with Dak Prescott, guys. I can't explain it. Something is going on with Dak Prescott. It's almost like we're looking at it, and Dak has always been great. But it's like we're watching. I can't explain it. I know we're watching Dak Prescott, but it's like something has clicked. This dude he looking different. He looking different. It's like he's got this different kind of look in his eye. Because people used to always say, yeah, Dak got the deer in the headlight look. Dak got a different look. Dak has a different look in his eye, y'all. All right, let's look at some more players. Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, Kevontae Turpin. So, Javonte Williams. I'm actually going to give Javonte Williams an A-. I think Javonte Williams was really good last night. 15 attempts, 54 yards, 3.6 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. I really like the way Javonte Williams looked. The reason why I'm giving him an A-, maybe a B+, the reason why I'm giving Javonte Williams that is because Javonte Williams, we need to see him with his burst back. I didn't see the burst. He's a good runner. It's no doubt about he's a good runner. You could tell last night by the way he was running. But I didn't see the burst. The burst. Like when he was hitting some of those holes, just running through there like, man, I got to break out of here and knock somebody down to do it. But he did run very, very well. LaQueen, my sister, what's going on? Ooh, yeah. Can't wait. Sam Williams, we're going to check him out in a few minutes. We're going to get to him, then we're going to check him out. We definitely going to check it out. But I'm telling us, Javonte Williams, He runs good, but he's not. Where's the pop? I really believe the Cowboys, and this is why I'm ready to see Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa get an opportunity. And I hope they get an opportunity soon before we decide that we're gonna go get another running back. I like what I saw with Javonte, but he ain't got that pop. He don't have that pop. Miles Sanders. I'm giving Miles Sanders a C-. Some of y'all probably say give him an F. Miles Sanders, I saw a little bit of pop, but he don't have no power. I saw patience on that run when he broke for 49. I saw patience. I saw a little bit of pop when he got out there. No power. No power other than that. Miles Sanders, C-. You can even give him an F if you want to for that fumble because it was a game turner. Kevontae Turpin, this is not him as a player overall. Just yesterday, though, probably not his fault, but in that game, I'm saying he was probably a C. They nullified him in the kick game. They nullified him on the kickoff game. They nullified him on the punt game. Got to give that doggone punter for the Eagles credit. Never even let Kevontae Turpin touch the ball. His impact last night was more of a C. When we look at the wide receivers, I give CeeDee Lamb an A+ in the first half. I give him a C- in the second half. So I guess we somewhere around a B. Maybe a B- for CeeDee Lamb. It was a tale of two halves for CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens. I'm actually going to give George Pickens about a B-. I'm going to give George Pickens a B-. Him and the connection between Dak Prescott is not there yet. It's not there yet. Next week against the Giants is going to be a great game for them to really now get this thing on board. I think next week needs to be the George Pickens game. I think that Brian Schottenheimer needs to get this guy involved in the game early and often. I mean, I think he needs 7 targets in the first half and even more if the read is there. And I think he needs 7 targets in the second half. I really do think they need to get, because CeeDee Lamb had 13 targets. George Pickens had 4. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. You got to figure out how you get this number close to each other. Those numbers got to be close to each other. And all this if George ain't there for the big, long chunk yardage plays, then he don't get the ball. Hogwash. They have got to get him involved in the short, medium, the intermediate game, and the boundaries. Because if this is how you're going to play him, then this is how teams are going to play you. If teams see that as long as they bracket George Pickens, you won't throw the ball to him, they'll just bracket George Pickens the whole game, and then we'll be back to what we were before. It'll be CeeDee Lamb and Ferg. No. It's not good enough to have George Pickens out there as a decoy. Matter of fact, I'm going to give George Pickens a B. You can't use him as a decoy. I don't like the play where he got the personal foul. And I think there's a couple of plays, if you look on film, he missed a couple of blocks here and there. But George Pickens overall, this is unacceptable. I'm not going to knock Brian Schottenheimer for it, though. First game, live bullets. Second game, I think they're going to get him involved. Third game, I think they'll get him more involved so that they'll have the full arsenal or array when they get ready to play the Green Bay Packers in week 4. But next week coming up, they have got to get George Pickens involved. Jake Ferguson, 6 targets. I'm giving Jake Ferguson something like maybe a C+. I mean, that pass that he did not catch, though, that's what they pay you for. That's the $50 million guarantee catch right there. We expect when Dak Prescott throws a dime, I don't care if you got 3 people around you and a safety is coming with a forearm, you snag that ball out of the air, snag it, tuck it, and tighten up, and then brace for a hit, and I'm sure you wouldn't have been hurt. But I got to give Jake Ferguson a C. He's supposed to be the next Kelsey. That is not the next Kelsey type play. Let's talk about this player right here. This player right here, Lisa Worley. I'm still trying to see if my sister Lisa Worley is on here. Let me tell y'all something. Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert did not look good, y'all. Jalen Tolbert did not look good out there at all. I'm wondering if something that's really going on with him too, from this perspective. I'm wondering if Jalen Tolbert is suffering from the fact, or maybe he's not feeling too good about the fact that they split his snaps. They split his snaps with Kevontae Turpin. Man, I'm telling you, go back and I'm gonna try to get the All 22 pulled up, and we'll talk about it later on in the week. We'll talk about it next week. Jalen Tolbert did not look good, missing blocking assignments. I mean, Jalen Tolbert was out there for 17 routes, 2 targets, 1 reception, 0 yards. I'm telling y'all now, when Jonathan Mingo comes off of injury reserve, Jalen Tolbert is going to go from 17 snaps. Jalen Tolbert may drop down to single-digit snaps. If he don't snap out of it this coming game, man, Jalen Tolbert. Bro, you're going to have to turn it up. Jalen Tolbert going to have to turn it up, y'all. I'm just telling us. Jalen Tolbert is going to have to turn it up. I am giving Jalen Tolbert an F for this game. I'm giving Jalen Tolbert an F. Bro, if they're bracketing Pickens and they're holding CeeDee Lamb, bro, your 17 routes, I'm sorry. Man, we got to see more than that. And Dak tried to force one to him. No. This was a terrible game by Tolbert. F. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tolbert, absolute F. Absolute F. Want to see if I can pull up. I want to pull up the defense. Y'all tell me what you think as we figure this out. And in player grades, we're going to get to the defense. And while we're talking about the defense, we're going to go over here and listen to Sam Williams. He was one of the people that I wanted to listen to today. So let's check him out. Hold on a second. I want to see. Okay. All right, and like I said, we'll go to the film. I'm going to do some film stuff. I want to just look at some film stuff here over the next week. We're going to have a whole week. We got like 9 days before the Cowboys play again. But I'm telling you, man, and on defense, even without me being able to go and look over here at the stats on them, that's what I was trying to find. Y'all forgive me. I did not play around with this enough during the offseason as far as the defense goes. But when I look at the defense, let me tell you what stood out to me on defense just automatically. We were concerned about the cornerback play. The cornerback play, outside of one play where Elam got beat by Dotson on that post route, and it was really just a great route and a great throw. The Dallas Cowboy cornerback room, the very thing we were concerned about, they played well. A+. Cowboys cornerback room, A+. Trayvon Diggs minus not lighting up Jalen Hurts. We didn't hear nothing from A.J. Brown. Barely had heard anything from Devontae Smith. Cornerback play, safety play, all phenomenal. Safeties, A+. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I thought the thing that we were worried about the most We were just terrified about the cornerback room. Nope. Cornerback room looked fabulous. Fabulous. They looked absolutely fabulous. They looked fabulous. They were great. They were great in coverage. They did a lot of things good. They did a lot of things good. A lot of things good. They did. I like so many things they did. They look good. So the cornerback room that we thought we were going to have to worry about, we didn't have to worry about it. A+. You know the part that shocked me? The linebacking room. Linebacker play, going to probably get that a C. Linebacker play, going to have to give that a C. They got some work to do. The linebackers have some work to do. I think that Matt is still trying to figure out his combination. Maurice Leofau only got 6 snaps. That's a travesty. I want to see Murray another game, but I tell you what, Murray was not as dominant. Murray was not as dominant as I thought as he should have been. And I also didn't think that Jack Sanborn, I didn't think Jack Sanborn played as well either. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on before I switch over to defense. Offensive line, A++++. Offensive line, A++++. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. Offensive line, A+++++. They were incredible. They were incredible. Cooper Beebe, Ty Smith did get beat one time, probably more than one time. But overall, I would say they were an A+ still. Dak Prescott was pretty much throwing in a clean pocket. Didn't even hit the ground hardly. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys offense, Tyler Booker, didn't go against Jalen. Man, tell you what, well, somebody was looking out for him because he didn't have to go against Jalen Carter. And so by the time we get to Jalen Carter, he'll be ready. He'll be more prepared for him. But overall, the Cowboys offensive line, Terrence Steele on that run that Miles Sanders broke. Boy, let me tell you, Terrence Steele put a hand on his man, knocked him out of the way, ran across, and meleeed the guy that was in front of Miles Sanders that broke that run. I wish he could have knocked the guy out who caught him. But then you saw Ty Smith. Ty Smith threw a punch on a guy that almost knocked him out. I mean, their offensive line was playing very, very physical. Very physical. Everything that we thought it was going to be between Cooper Beebe, Ty Smith, Tyler Booker. But then it was a real treat to see Terrence Steele up in their thing, just getting after it. And Tyler Guyton looked great. Defense, cornerbacks, A+, safeties, A+, whatever you want to give them. Linebacker play, C. Defensive line play, A+. Them boys got after it. Cowboys defensive line got after it, man. And I'm going to tell you, they flushed. They flushed Hurts. Problem is, though, see, people got to understand, this wasn't a Cowboys thing as it applies to Hurts. Hurts does this to everybody. Hurts does this to everybody, guys. I'm sorry. I don't care who your pass rushers are. Hurts does this to everybody. He does it to everybody. Teams will try to clog up the middle, and Cowboys did a great job of clogging up the middle. He just stepped into the 5 and the 7 and ran up. I mean, he just stepped outside of the A, the B, the C. He just stepped outside of it and just caught right up in that crease. And he got up in there. Not to mention there were holes on Donovan Ezaraku that they did not call. Plenty of stuff on Donovan Ezaraku they didn't call. Shaw said, yeah, man, they really can't hit. Man, dudes don't hit these days. They don't. These dudes don't know what hitting is no more. Cowboys offensive line was great. Linebacking play needs work. Definitely needs work. So I want to go over here real quick within the player grades. I told you we was going to do this before. So let's go over here. Sam Williams. Sam Williams had some words for the media. And I am so glad if whatever he told them, and I'm pretty sure if I'm a betting man, which I don't bet, but if I'm a betting man, I'm pretty sure he told him to shut the heck up as it applies. I'm pretty sure he told him to shut the heck up as it applies to Micah Parsons. And I think more of the players need to be doing it. If he didn't do it, I think they need to start doing it. All right, let's check him out over here on DallasCowboys.com. Boy, y'all got me fired up now. All right, let's check this thing. I see with Sam Williams. Boy, y'all got me excited up in this thing talking about Sam Williams. Let's see here. I'm going to tell you something about Sam Williams. I told y'all this before, man. This dude, Sam Williams, I'm telling y'all, I said this before, man. I said this last week. Sam Williams, man, this dude been moving different too. Sam Williams, I don't think Sam Williams has liked all this Micah Parsons stuff from the beginning. When Clarence Hill asked this man earlier in the week, anybody who saw my video about why the Cowboys, why Cowboy fans should be excited about the Cowboys defense, Clarence Hill talking about, yeah, man, you know, Micah not being here, you gonna get more reps. I was already gonna get reps. What you talking about, bro? It's because of me I'm getting reps, not because of him. Sam been moving the way I believe that you should be moving. We need dogs like Sam Williams. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys extend Sam Williams. Don't be surprised if he gets extended. What my understanding is right now, they're working on Ty Smith. I think we're going to see Ty Smith before the New York Giants game. I think he'll probably get extended before then. I'm telling you, don't be surprised, Sam Williams. Once they knock out Brandon Aubrey should have been signed last night. I don't know what they're waiting on him. But once they get Ty Smith, I believe they'll get Brandon Aubrey. Don't be surprised. Sam Williams is extended by the Cowboys. It's the perfect time to extend him. Sam Williams mess around, go out here and have an incredible season, which I think he is on his way to an incredible season. Mess around, let Sam Williams have an incredible season, man. You're going to run that price up, man. Get this dude signed now. Let's run it. Let's see what Sam Williams talking about.
So we did, but we just got to keep going, and it's going to get better.
What's the hope that tells you to get better?
Yeah, I said we did, but we just got to keep going, and it's going to get better.
What's the hope that tells you to get better?
I mean, if you was watching the game, you see the effort, the energy we put out.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost. I mean, it's the game. Football is a game. So we just got to put this one behind us and worry about the Giants next.
What was Shotty's message to you guys after the game?
Just keep the energy, man. Keep going, and you know, we're gonna get it. You know, of course we got some things to fix. That's what practice is for. We come back, we come reunited, and we just come and take over. You know, starting next week.
I know it's disappointing to lose, but is there encouraging things from this game for you guys?
Of course. It's you know, every game and every practice, it's a lesson to learn. You know, it's things to take away, it's things to put away. So like, I just feel like we're gonna grow as a team, as a unit, and get better.
We know how much you were looking forward to this moment. Once you got out there, what did it mean to you? How did you feel?
I felt grateful, of course. I was level-headed. Just play my game, play what we practice, and just, you know, keep that energy and that effort. You know, I'm big on effort. You know, so yeah.
What changed as the game went on? Seems like you guys made Hurts a little more uncomfortable the longer the game went on.
Just sticking to the plan, you know, not trying to do too much or change things, you know, because like I said, like eventually, like we stick to it, it's gonna work. We just got to trust each other, you know, keep trusting each other, and just play as a unit.
What did you think when Carter got kicked out of the game like that?
Oh, somebody told me. I was like, shoot, if I was out there, he would have had to see me, but.
What did I tell y'all earlier? I don't think some of the people actually knew what happened. Because even when even when he spit on him, I mean, Dak was kind of like looking at the ref, and the water guy standing there. He didn't even act like he knew what was going on. But I guess he was kind of like what the what? But these other players, people be dragging stuff sometimes, man. These players didn't even know what was going on. Dak Prescott and Jalen Carter was so close. Stop it. I believe Sam. Sure, if Sam said he would have to see me, I believe Sam.
Yeah. Anything for Dak. That my dog.
Ever seen anything like that again?
Nah, that's crazy. It was crazy. Spitting is like, I feel like it's not even disrespectful. It's just hateful. It's like, I don't know, man. Just don't spit on me, please. Because we both gonna be in the locker room.
Sam said you spit on him, he gonna be suspended for the season. Sam said don't be suspended for the season, boy. Shoot. That boy Sam said don't spit on me. I don't blame you, Sam. Sam said don't spit on me, boy. Shoot. Sam said you spit on me. Sam career probably over. Shoot. And hey, let me tell you something, man. There are not a lot of people that would have responded like Dak Prescott. I'm just telling you, this dude's mind is somewhere else. Dak Prescott's mind is somewhere else. Because a lot of people, man, I'm telling you, they done missed games on that, boy. They done missed games on that one. I'm telling us. Poopy D, what's going on with you? Shoot, I'm telling you, they would have missed games on that. That boy Dak different, boy. Something going on with Dak, y'all. I'm telling y'all, Dak is preparing for a Super Bowl.
I feel like you guys had to step up and mic us out and someone were able to get that done.
I'm just like, I feel like everybody's really tired of that question. Micah's gone, so like I feel like we should stop bringing up his name.
Standing ovation. Standing ovation. That's what I'm talking about, Sam Williams. Dak Prescott even said last night, tired of the Michael Parsons question. Tired of the Michael Parsons question, man. It's crazy. Somebody ought to say it. This is why you need people like Sam Williams on your team. I'm telling you, I love players like Sam Williams. I'm not saying your whole team need to be like Sam Williams, because you can tell right now, Sam Williams one of them players. Hey, man. Hey, man. Y'all already know Sam Williams. I can just tell Sam Williams one of them type players. Hey, this dude is down for what? Sam down for whatever. I'm just telling you. But you need some players like Sam. Because where you can help Sam to keep his sanity, Sam can help you, because Sam will also be the one that'll say things that other people won't say. Even though right now, I'm just telling y'all, Dak Prescott is in absolute, as a man of God, I hate to call it demon mode, but I'm telling you, Dak Prescott is in a whole nother mind. Something is up with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is almost in this, this dude is crossing over into where Sam is almost. Because I'm telling you, Sam is saying something, hey man, I'm missing games. But he's also saying, I'm tired of y'all talking about Mike Parsons. Y'all dragging it. I've been saying it. I've been going back and forth with people in the media. I've been going back and forth with Clarence Hill, Ed Water, Jesse, man, I've been going back and forth with these media members on this. Asking them, when y'all gonna stop dragging this, bro? About time somebody said something. I'm glad Sam Williams got them boys.
Bay. You should ask about the Cowboys. We should stop bringing up his name. He's on Green Bay. You should ask about the Cowboys and worry about what we got in the locker room. Michael's always going to be part of the family, especially in the D-line room. But other than that, like, that's his business. You got to go ask David. That's his agent. I don't have no say. Jerry Jones, you got to ask him. But me, I'm worried about me, So, I can give you his number. You can call Micah and ask him any questions you need. Okay. But me, please don't ask me no question about that, man. That's his.
Standing ovation. Sick of this Michael Parsons stuff. It's crazy. The way this defense performed last night is better than it did with Michael against this team. It's better. I told y'all before, though. You know what the problem is? It don't look as sexy. Defensive line play don't look as sexy. You want to know why the Philadelphia Eagles blanked the Cowboys other than drops? Defensive line play. Defensive line play don't look as sexy as chasing the quarterback all over the place. Even when you chase the quarterback, let me tell you something. We've seen many defensive ends chase Jalen Hurts. And he does the same thing, just in a different way. Jalen Hurts is one of those quarterbacks you have to really collapse that pocket around him like the Cowboys started doing. And you just got to be honest with yourself. Bro, Jalen Hurts is so good as a runner. Rushing 4 is probably not good enough. You just got to face the facts. I've told you before. I can tell you, I told you before. 2 things can be true. Do I put him in the top 5 quarterbacks? No. But is Jalen Hurts lethal at what he does? Yes. Jalen Hurts is lethal at what he does. If you can win games like they're winning games and your quarterback not throwing over 200 yards, okay, the challenge is somebody stop him. What did I tell you the key to the Cowboys beating him? Keep him under 30 yards, make him throw the ball 30 times. If you can do that, you can beat him. If you're not going to do that, you're going to have a hard time beating him. Because it's hard to stop both Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. But nevertheless, the Cowboys' defense looked great last night. It just didn't look as sexy. And especially after that first half, it didn't look as sexy as we wanted it to look. So we had to dial up the pressure in the second half, and Matt Eberflus realized something. I got to send somebody extra. I can't just let Jalen Hurts sit back there. No, I got to put somebody extra out there. And so they finally started putting some pressure on him. They tried to turn him into a quarterback. They only scored 3 points in the second half. I mean, Dallas's defense, they were Teller 2 defenses. Same thing with the offense. Offense, Teller 2 offenses. They had an A grade in the first half. They had a C grade in the second half. Not Dak Prescott's fault. C grade in the second half. Defense got a C grade in the first half, A grade in the second half. So you got to, I think what they're going to figure out a way to do, they got to be able to put it together. They got to be able to put it together. Yeah, the game turned on that fumble run. Let me hear make sure Sam didn't say anything else. Man, I appreciate it. Appreciate you, LaQueen, and whoever else turned me on to this thing was Sam Williams. Oh, boy. I got to talk about this after we get off this live stream.
And on me.
I'll take that number. Thank you.
It's amazing. It's amazing how Sam killed that interview, ain't it? It's amazing how Sam Williams killed that interview. Shoo. Sam Williams killed that interview, boy. Sam killed that interview. Let me see. There's a couple of more in here. We'll check out a couple more of those too. I love that interview by Sam. I'm gonna go back and play that after I get off this live stream. Boy, Sam Williams said what needed to be said. We got a couple more here I would like us to listen to also. I was wondering if they were going to let Miles Sanders get on the microphone, but I guess Miles Sanders said heck to the no. Let's listen to Oso Digizua.
Pull up the win. What are your thoughts on the performance?
Just got to start faster. You know what I mean? We got up on us early, so we just got to do a better job of starting faster.
What were you guys kind of able to figure out in the second half? You certainly played much better. Just better rush lane integrity.
That's like one of the main things. I feel like we did a good job of like tackling and stuff like that, but start to figure out like our wrestling integrity in the second half.
I know you're not happy about the loss, but did you see things you could build on?
For sure. I feel like the team played with high energy the whole game. The effort was there, compete our ass off, so that's all things that we could build off of.
Did Matty Rose make any adjustments during that delay period? Because it came after you guys came out and got after Jalen a little bit more, or was it just?
Definitely made some adjustments.
That was your first time like in an in-game adjustment with him. How was it like to work with Matty Rose as he's making those adjustments, and you guys were able to utilize them after that?
I felt it was pretty good.
How would you gauge you guys' first game with Solomon and playing next to Kenny Clark and just the chemistry and how quickly that's coming along between you three guys?
I feel like we were definitely, just in terms of me and Solly, like we've been working since the spring, so like we've been able to come pretty close during this time. And I feel like just in general, our D-line group has gotten pretty close in a short time since the spring. And we're welcome Kenny with open arms, so it's good to have him on the field with us.
How do you talk about the disappointment knowing y'all were really close to knocking off the defending champs on their home turf?
I don't know, bro. It sucks, Trying to come out here with a win, so it sucks anytime that we can't do that. But we're gonna look at the tape. You know what I mean? Like we said, there's a lot of things that we could build off of, so it's a long season.
Boy, let me tell you, I guarantee you this is a part of this game. How much you bet the players hate this part of the game? How much y'all bet the players hate this part of the game? Because they have to answer these questions. And I'm sure they don't want to answer some of this stuff. But they have no choice. It's part of the agreement. It's part of the agreement. You have to do it. You just have to do it. And so it absolutely sucks for them. I'm sure it does. Right after a game like this, and then somebody's got to ask you all these old dumb questions. Just absolutely, absolutely sucks. But for the most part, when it comes to how the Cowboys did yesterday, let me see. They got a couple more, maybe one more. I thought also would give a little bit more info. Let's see here. Let's listen to Tyler Smith. These are all short interviews. Let's listen to Ty Smith, and then we'll listen to Guy, and then we'll give our grades for the overall team.
What happened at the beginning of the game there from your vantage point when Carter got ejected?
I'm gonna be honest, like. Man, I'm not really. I mean, there are cameras, y'all. Y'all know what happened. It'll be discussed. I don't want to talk about it too much more, really.
I mean, did it surprise you?
It absolutely surprised me. It did. I was just like, I mean, obviously, he's one of their key players, and he's a big part of the game plan, and he kind of made it easier to game plan. Yeah, so yeah.
Let me tell you something else I'm liking already. I'm already liking this part too. I'm liking the fact that the Cowboys are like, bro, we don't want to be that team no more. Do y'all see the different aura around this team already? Do y'all realize that this team is telling the media, we don't want to be that team no more? What do I mean by that team? We don't want the camera in our face no more. We don't want to be 53 brands. We just want to play football now. We don't want to deal with, I know we have to, but we just don't want to deal with anymore all the camera time. We really don't have as much to say as you want us to say. What do you want us to say? We lost the doggone game. What do you want? I mean, what do you want us to say? We lost the game. We lost the game. We don't feel good about it. We're going to go look at the tape, and then we'll go from there. But as far as what it is what it is. We lost the game. What else do you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you it's somebody's fault? You want me to tell you this? You want me to tell you that? No. They're not interested in this stuff no more. This is exactly what we've been wanting. A team that's all about football. They're all about football. They're all about they're all about the 53 rather than the 53 being all about themselves. I love it. I hope they keep this same energy. I hope they keep this. I hope they keep this same energy. Let these people know exactly what time it is. We're not the same team. We are not a team that wants all the interviews, wants the spotlight. We don't want it no more. I'm telling this, man, I love the way this team is moving. I do. I love the way this team is moving. Carl Alder, what's going on? 72 Chevelle, he said Ferg got paid to make those catches. I'm telling you, if I'm Jerry Jones last night and that joker dropped that ball, shoot, I don't give a doggone whoa. I don't care if a Mack truck was coming at you. Bro, we the money we paying you, shoot. Hey, Bashabas, you already know me so well. You already know me so well. Ooh-wee, I love this Sam Williams. You just wait when I get out here tonight. Ooh-wee. That boy Sam Williams told him. Yep, Dustin Roberts, I'm with you. I like how the team talked after the game. Yep. They're tired of it. And they need to tell them they're tired of it. They do. Antoine Jones, he said, Dak always been that dude. I knew this when he was at Mississippi State and had the number one in the SEC. Think about that. Yeah, he been a man. He been the man. Category 5. He'll be back Thanksgiving. Oh, when Overshawn come back, we're gonna be different. This is why we gotta get by the midway point. We gotta be at 5 wins. We need 5 or 6 wins, preferably 6. I mean, really, preferably 7. But by the time Thanksgiving roll around, man, we need to have at least, I would say, 6 to 7 wins because we're going to really hit the meat of that schedule. Overshawn going to really help us out. Overshawn going to really help us out. Ron Hanna said, don't worry, G. I think for the first time I can remember, Dak did his job and our star players have 2 head scratching drops. Now Dak haters can't say Dak lost the game last night. Facts. Man, I'm telling you, Dak looking different, bro. I can't quite put my finger on it, but boy, Dak looking different, man. Dak looking different in the eyes, and that's the part that's getting me. This dude looking different. This dude like he on a mission. John Paul, I'm not delusional. Kelsey said it. Kelsey said himself. He said that Jake Ferguson is the next him in a sense. Even Kelsey said it. And the Cowboys didn't sign him because they didn't think he was going to be the next Kelsey. They signed him because they thought he had those type of skills. He was one of them. Yes, sir, John Paul. He was one of them. And again, I'm not delusional because I'm not saying he's the next Kelsey because I don't think he is the next Kelsey. But I'm telling you this, that's what you pay him for. When you pay him, when Dak drops a dime in that end zone like that, I don't care. Man, I don't care if Running Lot coming. For anybody who know Running Lot, I don't care if Running Lot coming. I don't care if Roy Williams is coming, ex-Dallas Cowboy that they had to change the rules for. I don't care who coming. Bro, when we pay you that kind of money, we want them catches. We want them catches. Yeah, we want them. We not only want them, we expect them. Yeah, we expect them. Poobie D, what's going on with you, Poobie D? Poobie D said, did Tolbert play? He said, I didn't see him. That's the whole point. He had 17 snaps. And I tell you this, Turpin has took, it's obvious that Turpin has took some of, let me tell you about players' psyche. Some players are very fragile. I believe Tolbert feels like he's a made man. That Tolbert feels like he's a made man, seniority, and this is supposed to be his year. 17 snaps. Cavante Turpin got the other 17. Jonathan Mingo comes back. I got a feeling not only will Cavante Turpin probably miss a couple of those, he'll probably go to about 15 to 14. Jalen Tolbert gonna go to about 7 or 8. Jalen better have a heck of a game next week. I'm just telling us. That joker better have a heck of a game. Lisa said overall they're gonna be okay. They played good, just some slight mistakes that can be corrected. We're gonna win some games this year. Lisa, we might as well just look at it for what it is. The Cowboys played an extremely tough preseason game. It's their first time playing together. All right, so let's give our grades. Let's give our letter grade. Let's give our letter grades to all 3 phases. Let's give our letter grade here. Yeah, I like some of the grades you guys are doing. Like some of the grades. Sean Shizzle, he said offensive line A+++. Man, they look great. They really did. Supreme, cornerback room, yeah, A+. They look good. They really did. They really did. J.A., yeah, Sanborn. Ooh. First game. Let's see what they look like against the Giants. And let's see how we look when we get warmed up. Robert Paulson, and again, that was just a great route by Dotson. That was a great route by Dotson. And I'm telling us, boy, anybody who's ever played cornerback, man, those kind of routes are so hard. When you got a go route as a cornerback is a dream. It's a dream as a cornerback. Because he just running straight down the field. I just kind of stay in phase with him, look at his eyes. Once I see them eyes getting big, I can either throw my hand up in there, turn around, or I can kind of put a hand on them, turn around, play the ball. But when they run them doggone post routes, whew, boy, it takes speed to recover from those. All right, AJ Davis. People got to understand something about Jalen Hurts. He does it to everybody. It's not the Cowboys. He does that too. He does it to everybody. Even teams that have pass rushers, he does it to them too. All right, let's look at the grade that we want to give. Let's look at the grade we want to give him. First, let's get this part here. All right, so the offense. The offense. I would give the offense a B-. Not because they didn't necessarily execute, but I would give them a B- because we're talking about a team game, not just an individual. The drops by CD were too much. Drops by CD, fumble, Ferg, alligator hands. That's all a part of the offense. I think if some of those plays are made, the Cowboys win this game. Defense. And again, offense, B-. You can go a B if you want. Offense, you think about the pluses again. O-line, I thought it looked good. Run game, thought it looked good enough. Passing game, you know what? Again, kind of going back to the passing game, I'm going to put that in kind of a in-between, like a yellowish orange, because our passing game was basically all CeeDee Lamb. We got to get away from that. Our entire passing game was basically built upon CeeDee Lamb. Ferguson, Ferguson, alligator arms. We didn't get George Pickens involved as much as we should have. I think that was a mistake, but that'll come with time. We can't get it all together in one game. We hadn't played it all during the preseason. So again, this is just one game. One game. But This is kind of where we are. So I got a B minus there. The defense, I got a B minus again. Even though the D-line was crazy. D-line was great. Cornerbacks, great. Safety play, great. Man, that doggone linebacker play. It was struggling. Struggling. And really what brings both of these down to a B minus, bad second half by the offense, bad first half, bad first half by the defense. It was like they were, it was like they were like seesaw. So I give both of them a B minus for that very reason. Special teams, I give them A. Give them an A plus. Brandon Aubrey was Brandon Aubrey. Pay the man, Jerry. I don't know what you're waiting on. I'm not going to fault Turpin for no returns. I mean, he got it to where we expected him to get it to. The punt game by the Eagles was very, very good. But the thing about our special teams in the return game, we're gonna see the same thing that we saw last year. Teams nullify our kick game, our kick return game. They either and I gotta give Philly credit. They had very good coverage because they were better at, because asking Brandon Aubrey to kick it between the goal line and the 5 when you got a leg like his is hard to do. But nevertheless, Philly did a pretty good job of it. But overall, I still give our special teams an A plus. So I give the team an overall, I give this game an overall B. I give it a B. I give it a B. Few things to kind of clean up. Nick Burton, what's going on? Jeffrey Salter, what's going on? God bless you. Levon Colin, he said Dak looks different because he's a father now. Man, this dude got a different swag, man. Bro, Booby D. What? Man, I'm just telling you, boy, that mustache and beard combo, bro. Man, that thing look criminal to me. That thing look criminal. But Dak, man, he looking different, man. Dak looking different. I like the way Dak is moving right now. I really do like the way Dak Prescott is moving. And I think it's going to pay dividends for this team. It really does. It's going to pay dividends for this team. Dak leadership, we thought he was a great leader before, but I really do think that Dak Prescott right now, boy, he is doing some things that is absolutely incredible. All right, guys, let's talk about our opportunities. Opportunities. Some things we can get better at. Things the Cowboys need to keep their eye on. I'm going to start on the offense. And then we'll work our way over. It's not a whole lot. I shouldn't say it's not a whole lot, but y'all tell me where y'all are. So let me start right here. We got to fix this now. I'm actually not worried about the drops to CD. I think CD will be okay. My problem is they have got to find a way to get Pickens involved. The Cowboys have to get Pickens involved. He can't get 4 targets again in the game. You can't. And not only that, you have got to use Pickens in the short game. You got to use him in the short game. You got to put those defensive backs on George Pickens on notice. If you're going to stand 7, 8, 9 yards off of George Pickens, well, doggone it, we're throwing it to him. We're throwing it to him. Throw it to him. Don't telegraph to the defenses. Everything to George Pickens is 15 yards and greater down the field. Well, you might as well don't. There's no point in having him if he's a bona fide decoy. No. Put him in motion. Get him some of those short passes. Get him some underneath stuff. Show defenses that, bro, you do know this dude is not a one-trick pony, right? Let teams know he's not a one-trick pony. You let teams know, hey, bro, if you're going to stand 8, 9, 10 yards off the ball, we're going to throw it to him every time until you step up. And then when you step up, then we're going to hit you deep. You got to. You got to. You have to do this. I'm sure they're going to figure this out. It's only the first game. But we got to really work past this. Again, we're talking about opportunities. Talking about opportunities for the Cowboys. Got to get Pickens involved. Next thing, I didn't think this was going to be a problem. It's only the first game. But they really need to go back to the drawing board. Third wide receiver. Third wide receiver. That position needs to be improved. I'm hoping that Tolbert steps it up this week or next week. Tolbert's got to step it up. Tolbert got to step it up. But I can tell you this. When Mingo gets off that injured reserve, they're going to give Mingo an opportunity. Bigger wide receiver. Bigger wide receiver. They're going to probably give him a shot. I don't think we're going to see Flournoy and the Trayshawn Holdens get those type of shots yet. I think the next person they're going to try to bank on is Mingo. I think the next person they'll bank on will be Mingo. So we'll see what happens with Mingo. Another opportunity on offense. Running back. Running back needs to be evaluated another 2 weeks. Javonte Smith, I think he's fine. I'm cool with Javonte. Javonte Williams, I'm cool. Not explosive enough for me. I still say you could have kept Rico Dowdle, but I got to see more. Maybe Javonte, that was his first game. Got to see more, though. Didn't see the explosiveness. Miles Sanders, though. I don't know where y'all are on Miles Sanders. But I can tell you where I am. I'm not saying you cut Miles Sanders. I'm just saying he can't be my second running back right now. I got to bring next week. Jaden Blue is going to debut in Dallas. If I'm the Cowboys, Jaden Blue debuts in Dallas. And then a couple of weeks after that, Phil Maffa. I may put Miles Sanders on the practice squad. I'm bringing up Phil Maffa. But I have got to have Jaden Blue. I need more speed from the running back position. Javonte Williams is fine, but we need some explosiveness from that position to really keep people honest so that we can run some of those screens, so we can run some of those sweeps, so we can run some of those wheel routes, which are things that this dude does very well. We got to have somebody with some speed out there because Javonte Williams just wasn't, he just don't have that pop, man. This team is too good. He ain't got that pop. We need somebody with that pop, man. We need somebody with that pop. So those are our opportunities I see on offense. CeeDee Lamb. I'm not worried about the drops. We can't run the offense all the time through CeeDee Lamb. We got to really make this team into a dual threat at wide receiver. A true dual threat. And there's got to be a game. And it needs to probably be the next game, if you ask me. If I'm Brian Schottenheimer, my next game, I'm actually going in intentionally. And I'm telling CeeDee Lamb, I'm going in intentionally. And I'm telling CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, CD, in order to open up this game for you the way we want to, we need a game to where we put the league on notice that Pickens is that dangerous. We got to get him that game. We got to get Pickens his game. We got to get him that 10 reception, 12 reception game where it's short, it's medium, and then it's deep. We got to get him that game because what we did yesterday, we just kind of like, okay, it's the first game. We really don't know. Dak is not that comfortable with him. So it's a big-time opponent. So let's just kind of use him as a decoy and relegate him to the deep game. Don't like it. So again, next week they got to come back and do that. Third wide receiver on this team got to be better. Especially if they're going to bracket one receiver and then they're probably trying to do some form of zone coverage on CeeDee Lamb. So now that means Ferg, and that third wide receiver has to eat. Ferg didn't eat. Turpin didn't eat. And I think Turpin's problem is the Cowboys probably need to focus more on getting him in space. And you need another third wide receiver who can actually get open on those bigger defensive backs, maybe on a linebacker, somebody that can make those contested catches. Just got to get better in that area. All right, defense. Again, opportunities on the defense. Man, I'm just telling you, these guys look really, really good for the most part. Really, really good on the most part. If there's one thing I can talk about, it's the linebackers. I don't think they have the right combination. I don't think they have the right combination out there at linebacker. So they're going to have to figure that out. I think this guy, Leafau, has got to get more game out there. Got to get him involved more. Also, when I think about the defensive line, let's talk about the defensive line. I think we're great at the defensive tackle position. I think they have got to get. I think they're going to have to get some more pass rusher packages. And they got to find the right combination they got to find the right combination and the right balance between, do you have Dante Fowler and Donovan Ezeraku or James Houston and Dante Fowler? I mean, they got to find the right combination. And again, it was the first game, so not really sweating it, but these are just the opportunities that I see. They got to get those right combinations. But other than that, the defense, and if I had one more criticism, make the adjustments quicker, man. Don't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. That was bananas to me. Don't wait till halftime. Bro, first quarter. Hey, guys, we in a dogfight. After Jalen Hurts' second first down for me, I would have said, heck no. No. There are teams that you can go 4 down linemen on, you're going to be over. Okay. People have to understand, this is the Philadelphia Eagles. They're different. You just can't play them like this. They're different. Rico Jones, Jaden Blue was on the, I don't know why. I think it might have even been a healthy scratch. Yeah, I think he was a healthy scratch. D said Dak had a laser on his arm last night. Yeah, he was balling. Anthony Hill Jr. Anthony Hill Jr. got me rolling up in here. Anthony Hill Jr. said, we cut over yet? Not yet. Rick G said Shotty's presser was amazing, as always. The Clapper and MM pressers were unbearable to watch after these kinds of losses. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got to give it to Brian Schottenheimer. The one thing he's been good at all this year, man, he has been great at the podium. Johnny Jackson said Dak looked great, didn't like the play calling. Yeah, the play calling really fell off in the second half. I think Brian, while the defense made the adjustments, Brian didn't make the needed adjustments. Not to mention there were some drops. Shaw, I'm telling you, man, Dak looked different, bro. Dak looked different. This dude got a different kind of look in his eye, man. I don't know how to spell it out, but he got a different look in his eye, man. Anthony Hill Jr., yeah, Guyton looked different this year, too. Ron Hanna, that's a great analogy. Let me write that down. Sam Williams by Ron Hanna, yes, sir. Sam Williams got some Charles Haley in him. He does. Yeah, he has some Charles Haley in him, bro. And that's why I say you need a player like that on your team. You do. Because not everybody gonna say what need to be said. Sam will say it. I love it. D said, yeah, the play calling was questionable with 3 minutes to go. Hope that was a fluke. Man, I'm telling you, Dak Prescott, and I guess we wouldn't even be saying some of this had there not been drops. Probably wouldn't be saying some of this. Yeah, Rico, Mozzie was a healthy scratch. Yep. Sounds like he's on his way out, because I'm going to tell you this. If y'all didn't notice Solomon Thomas last night, oh my, Solomon Thomas was balling last night. Solomon Thomas was balling last night, man. Yeah, Nick Burton, he got to take the hit. That's what you're paying for. All he got to do, man, snag it, tuck it, tighten up. It's when you don't catch the ball that those hits are worse. No, tighten up. Exactly, Anthony Hill. That's where I was. If that fumble doesn't happen, if Dallas media boo-boo. Anthony Hill, why do you call him Dallas media boo-boo? Why do you call Fergie Dallas media boo-boo? Anthony Hill Jr., he called Ferguson Dallas media boo-boo. Fergie catches the ball. Boy, I ain't heard nobody call him that, bro. I ain't heard nobody call him that. Robert Dudley said, let's give Dak some love on that ankle tackle. Boy, hey, it was one of the play of the game. It was one of the plays of the game. Dak stopped that game from being 31-20. Yeah, he stopped that game from being 31-20 or 28-20, whatever it would have been. But it was a game-saving tackle that definitely kept them in the game. Antoine Jones said, nobody beating us this year, nobody, period. I seen what I needed to see, and I see the adjustments we going to make. We scoring in 4 or 5 plays. It took Philly 10+. Who beating us? Hey, Antoine Jones. Let me say this again. That was Philly we did that to. All right, Max Millie said cornerback did not look good. I thought it did. I thought it looked good. Tell me what you didn't like. Okay, this is the part. Cornerbacks did not look good. They could not tackle worth a dime. Only one I really paid attention to on a missed tackle was Trayvon Diggs on Jalen Hurts. I didn't notice anything else, Maximilian, but I'll go back and look when I pull up, figure out how to. I've been slacking on this NFL app. I got to go back and look. I got to go back and look at the All-22. Alfonso said the game is the best rivalry in football and dramatic. Oh, and it's going to be even more dramatic on the next one because Jalen Carter will be playing. Tyler Booker going to have his hands full. He is definitely going to have his hand full. Rodney K said Dak has to check down a little more. You have a running back that can catch, keep the drive alive. Okay, I'd have to see what play you're talking about on that one. I seen some people talking about that CeeDee Lamb drop, but by the time Turpin got over, Dak had already thrown the ball. He wasn't open before then. He definitely wasn't open before then. But again, I want us to keep in our minds, this was the Philadelphia Eagles. These dudes are very good. This is Vic Fangio. Everybody's talking about. The Cowboys looked really good against this team. They really did. Nick Burton said Pickens need 15 touches. Yeah, they're going to have to figure out something with Pickens. They're going to have to figure out something with Pickens. There is no way that, again, first game. But you got to get this guy more involved. Rico Jones, yep, Maurice Leofau, they got to get him more involved. Dak Owens Filthy said, he said Dak looks like his brother Tad, yeah. And he also looks like Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas was walking into the locker room last night when I saw him on TV, had to do a double take. I think they did have Flournoy out there. I think they didn't have him out there, but I think he was on the active roster. Ron Hanna said we need to shake up our linebackers. Too many misreads. Yeah. Yeah, we got to, I think if Maurice Leofau was out there last night, I don't think Jalen Hurts gets some of those. I don't think Jalen Hurts gets some of those first downs. I really don't. I don't think he gets some of them. All right, guys, it is 7:10. Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers. Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers. We went through our opportunities. We'll check out 105.3. We're going to be streaming. I'm telling you, we're going to be streaming probably almost every single day, guys. So y'all do not worry. We're going to keep the Cowboys content coming. We got another game to get ready for. I'm excited. The Cowboys will be playing the New York Giants. And I think we are going to be pleasantly surprised by this game. Because, man, I got a feeling if this is how we look against the doggone Philadelphia Eagles, how are we going to look against the Giants? Woo! Excited Cowboy fans. Excited. But again, it is 7-11. I'm going to let y'all get in there and watch some football tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Matter of fact, we'll probably talk a little bit about this. But what we'll be talking about a lot this year, even when the Cowboys are not playing, whenever the NFC plays, we'll talk about the NFC too. Because that's going to be a big deal to us this year. So definitely going to be turning it up and talking about the NFC on Let's Talk Cowboys. But again, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Best chat on YouTube. Until the next time, DC4L. God bless. Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.